Hello everyone, my name is Santiago Birch. I'm a student at Biology 041, Part 1, and this is my Human Cell Type Deep Dive assignment. For this assignment, I was assigned to pick two different cells out of a list and compare the two, identify their unique characteristics and what they had in common. So, for starters, to begin with, on the first cell that I chose, I'm going to begin with cancer. Cancer is unique in the most obvious aspect that it is literally a cell that used to work for you, your own cell that turns against you. And this is not only exclusive to humans, it's found in plants and in animals. Google says that cancer forms when a cell that divides and forms more cells continues to divide more cells. In other words, make more cells. Wikipedia backs this up as well. This is from the year 2022, recently. These cells can overwhelm other areas of the body, damage and cause tumors and even kill. Another important cell, I'm going to change track here, related to the body, is the muscle cell. The muscle cell is incredibly valuable to the body. And the Cleveland Clinic states that, quote, skeletal muscles comprise 30 to 40% of your total body mass, end quote. Cleveland Clinic 2022. These muscle cells are made when they merge together, or as Wikipedia states, quote, fuse, end quote, to form muscle cells. There are different types of muscle cells, such as, quote, skeletal muscle cells, end quote, cardiac muscle cells, end quote, and, quote, smooth muscle cells, end quote. Wikipedia 2022. The most obvious difference between these two is one is a cell that works for you, and the other is a cell that has worked for you and is trying to kill you. Probably the most interesting thing about this, however, is that there is also a cancer for muscle, any cell, really. And this cancer for muscle affects smooth muscle cells. However, this cancer is extremely rare, so don't count on getting it anytime soon. Regardless, however, breast cancer, a cancer that affects women's mammary glands, and leukemia, a cancer that affects the body's ability to fight off sicknesses, are still somewhat common cases that are found both in men and women. Another difference between the two is to think of them like this. A muscle cell will be the boss of its own organization, and that's it. But cancer will not only try to be really, really helpful in what it does, it will overreach and try to boss other parts of the body, all while wanting to help. In reality, cancer is trying to drown the body in these extra cells. Again, a muscle cell will keep to itself, but a cancer cell will want to share the love with everybody else. These intrusive cells are called malignant cells, hence because of their malignant purpose, hence the name, Wikipedia.com 2022. Another difference between the two cells is their composition, their structure, what they look like. Quote, skeletal muscle cells, end quote, Wikipedia.com 2022, for example, are shaped like fibers. Imagine a rubber band that's cut and is just one long piece of rubber band. Quote, and are more usually known as muscle fibers because of their longer thread-like appearance, unquote, Wikipedia.com 2022. So think of all of those little elastic fibers. That's basically like one long piece of elastic that stretches. Now imagine tons of those, and as strong as that is, imagine as all the world's is cut elastics just like that. And just imagine it being super strong. That's basically what your skeletal muscle cells are. And what's interesting is that these, quote, tall grass fibers, end quote, from Wikipedia.com, they're extremely resilient. They also compose 30 through 40% of your body cell. That would be equivalent to 2/5 of your whole body's weight. Cancer cells, however, differ greatly in their shape. A typical human cell looks round and has a nucleus. For the sake of this video, I will demonstrate an example. Say this is a regular human cell. rather big, and the tip of my finger is the nucleus. That's what a regular human cell looks like. Cancer cells, however, differ greatly in their shape. They look something akin to this. Although much, much more weirder and distorted. Quote, "The nucleus is often large and irregular, and the cytoplasm may also display abnormalities." End quote. Wikipedia.com, 2022. So, as a final conclusion, cancer cells are literally nothing more than cells who, if we were to apply science fiction here, defy their original programming. They are literally damaged cells who, instead of dying as their programming states, they keep on dividing and dividing more cells. Muscle cells are responsible for the ability of you just turning the page of a book, like so, or picking up a piece of trash off the floor. Your body, again, I just find it really interesting that your body is just 30 through 40% of these grass-shaped muscles, allowing you to, what you normally do, take a walk, eat, drink, and even read. For the eye, though it's an organ, the eye does have muscles that allow you to operate it, such as roll your eyes, such as look this way, look that way, whatnot. Google confirms it as well. In fact, that's where I got my source. And there you have it. My name is Santiago Birch. I am a student in biology, 041, part 1, and this is my human cell types deep dive assignment. Thank you very much.